I'm on the old crappy laptop. On the old crappy laptop. Let me see if I can share this damn thing. On the old crappy laptop. Let me see if I can share this damn thing. Yeah. On the old crappy laptop. Yeah, I'm on the laptop. Hello, Bob. Yeah. There we go. I shared it. Facebook. People can come over here to YouTube. Well, guys, heard how Walmart is looking at shit. Now Kroger seems to be following suit. You know, guys, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. I want to ask each and every one of you out here watching me right now. That when you watch TV, how many things have you ever seen change in any of these countries? Or matter of fact, this country much without people taking to the streets protesting. How many changes y'all guys ever really seen without that happening? 'Cause I'd like to know. I mean, yeah, you can talk to your politicians. No, Lonnie, you can talk. You can call your politicians. You can email your politicians. You can do some lobbying. Very true. But what really changes things is when people gets mad enough to take shit to the streets. Guys, it is. You look at France, you look at Britain, you look at all these places. Those people just ain't sitting there on social media commenting back and forth on Facebook or Twitter. No, they're pissed off enough they're out in the damn street to be counted. Now, some people think, well, what all you do is hollering. Yeah, that's part of it. Guys, you look at what the left is doing. They're taking a crisis type situation and are using it to their advantage. People are outraged. You got these damn old soccer mamas and all these others out here. So they're scared to death of gun violence and all this other shit. They come out here and they take shit to the streets as well as go out and they lobby and they're shooting emails and they're making phone calls. Guys, it takes a combination of all of that to really make a difference. But the one thing that really makes the difference is when people gets pissed off enough to take it to the streets. Because that's the last resort, guys. Saying it is this. And I understand how the right thinks of things. They think they're too damn classy to take anything to the street. They honestly have that in their mind that they're too classy, they're too good, they're too civilized. No, no. And I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, mark my words. Until people gets fed up with this shit enough to start following suit of what the left is doing, you're not going to save a damn thing. Guys, the only reason we haven't lost the Second Amendment altogether is because it's written in the law. It's a lot harder to get a law overturned as it is to defend one already on the books, or we wouldn't have no gun rights at all. The left would already be successful of taking it completely the hell away. And they're on the verge of taking it away right now. So that means we're not doing what we need to do as the right. Guys, we got a lot of gun supporters out here. I'm not going to say they're 2A supporters because a lot of them are not. A lot of them they're not constitutional supporters. They're totally not. And I see them in these gun groups. They're all about government to have control over the Second Amendment until it's time for them to take their gun. Then it's, oh, I didn't do nothing. Sorry, asshole. You support government control over the Second Amendment, you don't deserve a gun either. We don't care if you've done anything or not. But you back government control of it? Well, sorry, bud. It's your time to go. You know? Like I said, guys, Charleston Heston, on his deathbed, pretty much said the worst thing he ever did in the NRA was back the 1968 Gun Control Act. That's the biggest mistake he ever made. Because all that did was open the doorway to all this other shit to come in. That's when they took the Second Amendment as a constitutional right and deemed it like a damn driver's license and turned it into a privilege that the government could pick and choose who the hell they wanted to have a gun, who they didn't anymore. Just like they do a damn driver's license, like they do everything else. It's just like child support. Hell, they're probably going to start suspending your Second Amendment because of your back. I'm surprised they hadn't already done it. Because you're behind on your child support, like they'll suspend your driver's license, your hunting and fishing license, your damn library card. That's next. Think about it, guys. Oh, we got to stop these deadbeat dads from carrying guns. You know, they can afford guns and they can carry these guns, but they can't seem to keep up on their child support. Oh, we got to put a stop to that. When does it ever stop, guys? That's my point. When does it ever stop? It don't ever stop. That's the statement I'm making here. It don't. That's the problem. Once the doorway's been opened, it's hard to put Pandora back in that damn box. And Pandora has definitely been let out of that box. I think it was Ace Baker made a post, and he was right, that you're going to have tragedies to gun violence. But without guns, you're going to have genocide. That's a fact, guys. That is a fact. So that's what I'm getting at right here. Until we start stepping up our game equivalent to what the left is doing, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. Guys, if y'all, I'm sure y'all sat here and y'all been on social media and y'all heard these stories about guns being seized from people and stuff. Very unconstitutionally. But actually, has that person that ever had that gun seized ever done anything to ever support the people that ever come out here trying to defend that shit from happening? Not really. Now, say it wasn't a big issue until it happened to them. That's the problem we have. Is people say, well, I seen this happen to old Bob down the road or old Joe over in the next town, but they don't get behind old Bob or Joe. They'll give them a little bit of sympathy on social media, but they won't get behind them, help them fight the shit. That's the problem we're having. Guys, the left, you listen to me. And you listen to me good. Because I haven't been wrong yet about this shit. Well, that's true, Dewey. Oh, Paula. The thing about it is, guys, when it comes right down to it, what does the left have that we don't have? Well, for one, they have the youth. Youth is more energetic, more charismatic, and they're easier to lead than older people. True story. What else does the left have? They have the soccer mamas. That's right, the old soccer mamas. The kept housewives on the left. And those kept housewives on the left has money because their husband is out making good money. And they're sitting at home looking for something to get involved in. And oh my God, right here is a cause for us to get behind. And they get involved in it. Now, we have just as many kept housewives on the right as the left does. Those kept housewives, soccer mamas on the right, needs to get involved on the other side to support the Second Amendment, support gun rights instead of try to take them away. Guys, most of your left is used to fighting. They are. They're used to fighting. They're used to being behind the eight ball, guys. They've grown up fighting. The right hasn't. No, they haven't. I mean, you take the homosexual population, for instance, guys. Now, I want you to think about it. This goes for the blacks, too. All right? They're used to coming out here and fighting because they were raised up telling fight. The right never had to do that. No. The blacks of the 50s and 60s taught their children that you're going to have to fight. And that's the reason you got BLM now so strong. Okay, no, really, racism ain't that big of a deal anymore. But still, yet, they were raised up to fight. And they're still fighting. You got the homosexuals. They were made fun of and picked on a little bit in school and whatever. They're used to having to fight. The right ain't used to have to fight, guys. They ain't got the fighting spirit. Oh yeah, they'll go join the freaking military, but they won't. They're not fighting for their own shit though. See, that's where we went wrong. We were told that the right, oh, we go join the military. That's how we preserve our rights. Well, I hadn't seen any overseas country really try and take our damn constitutional rights away from us in quite some time. So we're going to have to start fighting a little bit different. It's all right to go join the military to serve your country. But you know what? You're going to have to fight other than that. There's blacks joins the military all the time. They go and serve their country. But then when they come back home, a lot of them gets involved in the organizing. Saying it as it is, guys. The right hasn't had to fight for nothing. We haven't. We haven't what you call being oppressed. We haven't, guys. We haven't. I'm sorry. I'm just coming out here speaking the damn truth. We're used to doing pretty much what we want to do when we want to do it. But now we're being oppressed. Oh, yeah, we're getting oppressed now. And that's something we've really never had to deal with before. And people really don't like change. They really don't. And people on the right hasn't come to the realization that this shit ain't going to go away. That we're going to have to get ready to start fighting like we never have before. Because it ain't going to go away. You see, and where I'm going with this, you got Walmart, you got Kroger, you got a lot of these other places jumping on this liberal bandwagon, especially when it comes to the Second Amendment. Guys, Walmart is about keeping their customers feeling safe. If they are safe or they're not, that's what they're all about. They don't want to lose business. They see themselves losing business catering to our side. They do. And you know what they're figuring? They're figuring that there's more people out here that's against people carrying gun in their stores than there is for. You know why? It's because the right isn't fighting. The left is. Now, guys, I do know the media is very biased. I had one guy say something about we're not going to get no positive shake in the media earlier in a 2A group. Yeah, I agree with that. He's right about that. No, that's really probably not going to happen. But we got to make our own damn media. We really do. That's part of what I'm doing right here. It's what I part of what I've been doing on Facebook the last couple of years. What part of a lot of what other people are doing. It's we're reporting our own shit and what's going on in these places. Like Alex Jones, Matt Drudge, many of the alternative media is doing that. And we're really hurting the mainstream media narrative. So no, we're not necessarily going to get big mainstream media coverage or being praised in mainstream media like Moms Demand Action or so forth will. That's the reason we got to do our own media type thing. That's what yeah. Guys, I'm going to tell you, it's a hard game. We're fighting an uphill battle. We are. This is not an easy fight. It's just like YouTube right here, where I'm on currently right now. All right, have a good one, Frankie. Uh, or Facebook. It's liberally owned and liberally ran. These liberals has went and interjected themselves into position to shut us down. Think about it. Think about it, guys. We let that shit happen to ourselves. You know, guys, we got a new social media network out there called Parler. It ain't censored, best I can tell. I've got it on my phone. And when I really want news and information, that's where I go. I don't go to Facebook. Ain't no bunch of bullshit on Facebook. Bunch of damn drama mostly. People fighting back and forth in damn groups over what they're not going to do, not what they're going to do. Just like Twitter. We know how censored Twitter is. Look at this. It's almost identical to Twitter, guys. And it's not censored. There's real news on this platform right here. But there's not that many people on it. Why? People don't like change. People get used to doing something, and it takes a damn act of God to get them to change. Trust me. Guys, I got 19 people watching me right here, right now. I would have 5 times that many on Facebook watching me. Why ain't I over on Facebook? Is because I'm making change. I can't ask other people to come out here and make change if I'm not willing to do it my damn self. Because I'm not a hypocrite. Yeah, I still have multiple Facebook accounts, and yeah, I still post some shit on Facebook, but I ain't doing live videos over there anymore. Why? It's because I'm tired of being censored by Facebook constantly. Yeah, Facebook is more censoring than YouTube is. You will reach more people on Facebook than you will YouTube. But the thing about it is, YouTube is not quite a social media platform. It's more of an educational platform. Guys, I can get on YouTube here and I can go and pull up all kinds of shit, either on aliens or working on damn four wheelers or chainsaws. People that come and watch somebody on YouTube is actually interested in what they got to say versus it is popping up in your news feed and you just clicking on and stirring shit in the comments. Big difference. That's the reason I'm over here on YouTube, guys. Is because I'm not really into entertaining people. Okay? No circus act here. I want people that really care about what's going on to watch me. Not these assholes that just ain't got nothing better to do, and that's all they do is they sit around and just watch everybody's live videos all damn day long and visit with each other in the damn comments. You know, guys, back when I was having auctions on Facebook, and I'm sure Scotty will agree with me on this. Hell, I couldn't see the bids, couldn't even conduct an auction for people trying to visit with one another in my damn auctions. They didn't give a shit that I was having an auction. They were worried about fucking visiting with each other in my damn auctions. That's the reason I hated doing auctions. Because they turned the comment section in my damn auctions into a damn chat group. And I couldn't see the freaking bids. That's one of the reasons I hated doing them so bad. Because everybody was worried about visiting with one another than they was actually about the auction. That's the reason you had 150 people watching and 10 bidding. That's the reason I'm on YouTube, guys. Yes. And even if these videos only get 100 views, I don't give a damn. I know the people that's over here watching me cares more about what I got to say than what they do over there on Facebook. I notice viewers hits are up if you possibly might be in a fight. Why? Do it because people likes drama. People likes being entertained. They really don't care a whole lot about what we're out here really doing. They just like the entertainment aspect of it. That's what they're in it for. And guys, being I ain't drawing a paycheck for being an actor, this ain't some kind of reality TV show that the Discovery Channel or the History Channel is cutting me a paycheck every week. I'm not here to entertain. Now, if y'all guys want me to be an entertainer and y'all want to pay me to entertain, I can do all kinds of crazy shit. I can. But y'all not going to do that, so you're not going to get that. I'm saying it is. I'm going to tell you something, guys. This patriot movement has done not a single damn thing to improve my life. It has not. Matter of fact, it's done exactly the opposite. It has. And most people that's been heavily involved in this, great things hasn't come to them out of being a part of this. Yeah, just the opposite. So you better think about it, because people that's out here doing what I'm doing, they really care, or they wouldn't be doing it, because they ain't getting nothing out of it.
The USO makes it look so.
I mean, you've got your guys on the USO entertaining the troops. They're just like the USO that goes over to Iraq, performs for the troops. And the troops all gather around and praise them. We got these guys in the Patriot movement too. That they come out, that they've got bodyguards and all kinds of shit. They come out and they speak at one of our Patriot events. And then they go away. They come and entertain and they rally the troops and then they run off. Those are the ones that's making money at this shit. The rest of us are not. You gotta remember that. I'm not a USO entertainer, guys. I haven't been from the start. That's the reason you see me out there, or you have seen me out there in the middle of the shit armored up. Because I'm not the USO. Everyone would sit at the house or at the lake. I'm sick of fakeriots. Well, guys, how many only people you see really on the left as being the USO is like David Hogg, Alyssa Milano, some of you dipshits in Hollywood. They're the USO for the left. But on the grassroots level, you don't see no USO on the left now, do you? Mm-mm. You don't really see any. Why? Because they're not about getting entertained. They're about making change. They're about organizing. When you think about it, guys, you don't see Moms Demand Action doing videos on Facebook. Not really. You don't. You don't see a whole lot of talking heads on the left in the field that does live videos. No, you don't. Uh-uh. Like I said, guys, the right has got to change the way that they're thinking about this. If you're ever going to stop what's going on, the attack on the Second Amendment, on down the line, guys, on many issues, the right has got to start thinking different. They got to start acting different. Like I said, the right has never really been oppressed in this country. They never have. I'm just going to say it as it is. They never have. They've never had to fight for rights. They never have. But guess what? You're fixing to have to now because your ass is getting oppressed. We're becoming the minority really damn quick. White people are getting oppressed. Yeah, if you're white, you're not right anymore. If you're a gun owner, you're some bad guy. Did you know that what was it? I was reading it to Lauren last night. San Francisco City Council deemed National Rifle Association as a terrorist organization. You hear that shit? You better hear it loud and clear. That's right. In the city of San Francisco, their city council deemed the National Rifle Association as a terrorist organization. Let that shit sink the fuck in. Because you better. Now, what cities left out here is going to follow suit with San Francisco, California? Think about it. Everybody goes, well, San Francisco, California is just California. No, California is drifting all over the country, folks. Look at Texas. Texas is getting overran with Californians. Matter of fact, some dude come on here and say, the Democrats is down 7% in the state of Texas, registered voters. Bullshit. Now, how the hell did the right lose 2 House seats, if that's the truth? Back to midterm? Remember that? Yeah. Texas is being overran. It's being took over by liberals. You've had 2 big mass shootings by leftists that I can think of off the top of the head in Texas in the last 2 years. One of them was at the church, November, I think it was the 5th of 2017. Yeah. When we were down there in Austin, Antifa Civil War, we were on our way back home the day after. And that's when that dude shot that damn church up down there. And now we've had the one in El Paso. And that's just to name a few. Yeah, the left is taking the state of Texas over. Both those assholes, those 2 mass shootings, were leftists. They were. Guys, we got people dying left and right. I posted a stat on Facebook. St. Louis is the murder capital of the United States, guys, per 100,000 citizens. It's 60-something citizens get shot per 100,000 in St. Louis. It's worse than Chicago. Okay? It's worse than Chicago. Baltimore. There's many cities out there worse, really, than Chicago, according to those stats. But they don't never get any attention as far as the gun violence goes on there. It's always these mass shootings. Well, one of those mass shootings don't equal a weekend up in St. Louis, Missouri, or Chicago. But they don't ever say nothing about that. Guys, the mainstream media is running with these mass shootings because they're pushing a political agenda. That's the reason they're running so hard with them. See, a mass shooting means anybody can be a victim. Gang violence and shit in the inner cities, well, you got to kind of be in that circle, not unless you just catch a stray bullet. You're not targeted. That's the reason they're talking about the damn mass shootings more than they are just the gang violence. And that's to target the right, guys. It is. It's to scare the mediocre right. Because here you are, you ain't got to be involved in anything to be targeted. See, the right really don't give a damn about what happens in Chicago or St. Louis. Let them gangbangers shoot the shit out of each other. We don't care. They're not dope heads, scum of the earth, anyhow. So the left knows they're not going to get anywhere with most people by talking about that shit. Because most people don't give a shit. They're scum of the damn earth. They're drug dealers, dope heads. I mean, nobody gives a shit about them. I don't even give a shit about them. Be truthful with you. Because they choose that life for themselves. But in a mass shooting, the good people are the ones that's targeted. That's the reason the left runs with it so hard. Think about it. I'll tell you right now, I don't give a shit. Them gangbangers shoot each other up in Chicago, Illinois, or St. Louis. I don't give a shit. Just keep that shit up there. You know, that's the way I look at it. That's the way most people looks at it. So that's the reason they don't bother talking about it all that much. Makes sense? I mean, the right makes a big issue out of it. Well, here they are talking about 30 people died in mass shooting, and they run it for 24/7 in the news. But there's that many people die in Chicago, Illinois on any given weekend. The right makes a big issue out of it, but most people don't give a shit because they're pretty much the undesirable people that's shooting the hell out of each other up there. Think about that for a minute. Most of y'all don't give a shit about people shooting the shit out of each other in Chicago. You don't. That's the reason the left ain't making an issue out of it. Even though gun control was the worst, it's worst in Chicago, Illinois, as it just about is anywhere. Same in California. They never talk about it not ending gun violence. Don't even curb the shit. They want to keep that kind of quiet. You know, guys, California is horrible. Illinois is horrible. New York State is horrible. The gun violence they have. And you know what? They have the strictest gun laws. Gun laws don't work, guys. They don't work. They never have, and they never will. You know, since 1968, guys, since 1968 Gun Control Act went in effect, they've been trying to keep guns out of criminals' hands, stop gun violence. Why hadn't it stopped? We got national background checks. We've got all kinds of shit in place. We got the federal government wrapped up in who can have a gun, who can't. We got state background checks. We got this, we got that. Yeah, I know. He did do a good job, Snowman. I watched Zombie Farmer. He did do a good job. Nothing has cured gun violence. Nothing has. So, what real good is it going to do to pass more laws against guns when obviously for the last 50 damn years it hadn't worked? Uh, what have we not tried? Giving everybody a gun. That's one thing we haven't tried. We haven't tried repealing the 1968 Gun Control Act and do away with all that stupid shit. You know what the definition of insanity is? It's having a problem and keep addressing it the same way with no change. That's the definition of insanity. We've not changed anything with the gun laws. Why don't we start looking at some mental health issues and stuff? Why don't we start doing that? Why do we need to pass more gun laws? It ain't helping. Yeah, like this war on drugs has worked so well. Try it, Mike. So, like I said, why continue to keep passing laws when you damn well know they're not going to work? Just like Donald Trump said in front of the cameras here a day or two ago, watching on Alex Jones, InfoWars, that elevated background checks would not have stopped any of these damn mass shootings. These people did not have anything in their criminal record to keep them from possessing a freaking firearm. Guys, these ain't felons that's going out here committing this shit. Yeah, 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 yeah. You get that? Did you get that? It's not convicted felons going out and committing these fucking acts of crime. It's people with not shit on their criminal records. Let that sink in. These felons out here all has guns. Trust me, they do. They're not the ones committing this shit. Even though it's illegal for them to have that gun, they're not taking that gun out and they're not committing them crimes with that gun. These assholes that ain't got no criminal record whatsoever doing it. These pissed off leftists that are whacked out on psychotropic drugs, they're the ones committing these damn crimes, guys. Don't think y'all can argue that. So what good is passing stricter gun laws gonna do? It's not gonna do shit. Yeah, Texas shooter failed a background check, but he had a gun anyway. Just because he failed that background check on a misdemeanor conviction didn't keep him from legally possessing a gun in the state of Texas. Saying it as it is. You like it or you don't. That guy had not been convicted of any felonies. They were all misdemeanor convictions. Think about it. Guys, if you've ever been around people with psychological problems, you will know that a change in medication or the lack thereof medication or the mixture of medication can absolutely take a person that is harmless and turn him into a raving ass maniac. I understand this because I worked at a mental institution for about 2.5 years. And not all medications is for all people. Most of your mental illness is because of chemical imbalance. And what that medication is designed to do is to equal that chemical imbalance out. But it don't work for all people. Guys, when I worked in that institution, when they switched meds on somebody, it was like rolling the dice. You didn't know what the hell you were going to get. And I've seen very docile people, wouldn't harm a fly, turn into raving ass maniacs and very suicidal. And then if they're on that medication and they quit taking it for 3 to 4 days, they will go wacky as hell and lose their shit. See, now the thing about it is, in that institution I worked at, if they refused to take their meds for 3 days, we forcefully made them take it. Yeah, because they would go off the damn deep end, and they would harm themselves or others. Yeah. Oh, trust me, I've had some that refused to take their meds. Yeah, I have, and I've had knockdown, drag out fights in a damn nurse's office. Ones that refuse to take their meds. And I've had to drag some on and off buses, physically drag their ass in there to take their damn meds. So I know all about dealing with the damn mentally ill. I've had a little experience with it. And a lot of people out here is on these medications that don't need to be on them. Guys, what you call environmentalization. Okay, this is one of the things I was taught when I went to school for psychology. Okay, you've got mental retardation, then you've got environmentally retarded. Same way with the mentally ill. All right, now listen to me here. A lot of the people that they deem mentally retarded is not retarded at all. No, they're not. They're just have the same capability of learning and shit that me and you do. It was their environment made them that way. Their environment is what retarded them. And it takes a long time to bring them out of that. Long time. Sometimes you never do. That's what we got going on in society right now. Because a lot of these people are being environmentally fucked up because of society, the way society is now. The society is telling people not to be grown ups. Society is teaching people not to deal with their problems like adults. Society is teaching people that you don't take care of shit yourself. You have everybody else do it for you, and there's a pill for cure for everything. That's the cause of what we got going on with our mental health issues. You like that or you don't. I don't really give a damn. But I've got quite a bit of experience dealing with this kind of shit. And I'm talking from experience. People only do what society requires them to do. And if the bar is set very low, they do very little. Now, see, when I worked in that institution, we had higher functioning individuals and we had lower functioning individuals. If you took a person that was perfectly just, you couldn't tell nothing was wrong with them. You couldn't tell nothing was wrong with them. They could sit there and hold a conversation with you, sit there and talk about just about anything you want to talk about. They walk like a normal person, talk like a normal person. You couldn't tell a damn thing was wrong with them. You take that person and you put them in a a dorm with a bunch of low functioning individuals that dragged their feet when they walked or drooled on themselves or couldn't do much for themselves, couldn't talk real good. Within a year, that high functioning individual would be functioning just like the low individuals was. That's right. Called environmental. That's what we got going on in the society. We're teaching everybody to be crybabies, not deal with their problems, and oh, you need a safe space and all this other shit. We're creating a bunch of damn low functioning individuals. We're taking normal people and we're handicapping them. That's exactly what the hell we're doing. Just like I've seen many times happening in an institution. Now, see, that was one of the things that we tried not to do in that institution. We didn't try to take these high functioning individuals and put them in with low functioning individuals because we knew what would happen. It was called environmental retardation. That we would worsen their condition by putting them with lower functioning people. We had to put them in with higher functioning people to create more normalcy, to make them strive to do better because everybody around them was doing better. Y'all grip the concept of that? Just like when you take somebody and you throw them in jail, you lock them up, you put them in there with the rest of those convicts. Only thing you're doing is teaching them how to be a more effective criminal, biggest majority of the time. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I spent some time in jail before. I didn't know nothing about methamphetamines, not a damn thing about meth. Nothing. But when I come out of jail, I could tell you 15 different ways to make methamphetamines and how to traffic it and all kinds of other shit just by sitting around and listening to those other assholes in there talk. Yeah, that's my point. You set the standard low, you're only going to have low functioning individuals. If you set the standard high, you're going to have higher functioning individuals. That's all it is to it. It's called the nanny state. If you want people where you can control them, then you got to keep them low functioning and dependent on. If you set the bar very low, it means they're going to be more dependent on you to take care of them because they're going to disable themselves to where you have to. Ain't that what our government's been doing? Hmm? Oh yeah, they've been creating a nanny state. That way, we need them. We don't do nothing for ourselves much anymore. We got to have them to protect us. We got to have them to help feed us. We got to have them to do this, do that. Really, we don't have to have them for, but they've got us believing we do. And that's the same way when it comes to your mental health. They've got society believing that they have to have all these pills to be normal, that they got to have these pills to deal with their everyday problems when they don't. It's that way most on everything. You got to create a dependence, guys, to control people. Make yourself useful. And government's pretty damn good at that. Just like these colleges now. You know, Tucker Carlson was talking about these colleges. Society has brainwashed children into thinking that you got to have a college education to be successful or to make money. And now these colleges ain't even teaching anybody shit, but they're taking their money. And these kids are getting out of colleges and they can't even pay back their student loans because their education is freaking worthless because they really didn't teach them anything really meaningful while they were in college. See what I'm talking about here? Their education's worthless. Yeah, totally. But you know what? Them colleges are making money off of it. Oh, they are. And guess what? We're footing the bill on most of it, or we'll be footing the bill on most of it. Who's making out on this deal? The colleges. They're the ones capitalizing like a mofo off this shit. Why? Because society has been brainwashed through the schools, through high school and stuff. And they've parroted this shit on TV. Oh, you got to go to college. You got to go to college. You got to go to college. You got to get a degree. You got to get a degree. You got to get a degree. To everybody brainwashed into thinking you got to. Really, when you don't, because they ain't teaching you shit in those colleges anyway. That piece of paper that they give you, called a degree, is about as worthless as damn Charmin toilet paper in most applications. But who's getting rich off of it? Guys, my son just spent a year in heating and air. He spent a year in in Votech school, learn heating and air. A year. He can't tell you shit about an air conditioner. He can't work them. Do you know I could have sat out here in the front yard and tore apart air conditioners in 2 weeks, taught him more about heating and air than he learned in a year in that damn college. Dad's gonna have to pay shit back. He didn't learn a damn thing. I could have taught him more out here in 2 weeks. Like I said, tearing apart air conditioners out here in the front yard. Hell, I could have taught him to braze copper. That's all they ever taught him over there to do was braze copper. They didn't teach him uh, how to rewire circuits, nothing shit like that. Because all air conditioners don't run on 110. Your big heat and air pumps run on 220. And you got all kinds of shit in that air conditioner that breaks that voltage down going to certain parts. It don't get that full 220 volts. You don't know something about that shit. Guys, I never went to heating and air school, but I know more about heating and air than the son of a bitch over there teaching it. That's sad, ain't it? I heard the same thing about a kid who went and spent a couple years in Votech for automotive. Got out of Votech automotive, couldn't even put a set of damn brake shoes on the back of a pickup. They're not teaching them anything. They're just taking their damn money, guys. They're just taking their damn money. All they're doing. Even in these trade schools, they're just taking their damn money. They're not teaching them shit. And when they walk out of that trade school with that little degree or that certification, these companies out here knows they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're not going to pay top dollar for somebody that don't have a damn clue about what they're doing. Because they got to retrain, they got to train them to do the damn job at hand. Because they didn't learn it. See my point? I don't give a shit how much college you got, or how many trade schools you've been to, and how many damn certifications you have. If you can't come out on the job site with me and perform the task at hand, you ain't worth no more than somebody that ever went to that damn trade school to begin with. Think about it. If I got to teach you everything to do on that job, what good is that degree you have doing me as an employer? It's not. When I got to teach you how to do everything. If I'm going to pay that top dollar, you're going to be able to come out on that job site and know exactly what the hell you're doing and exactly what the hell I want you to do without me having to prod your ass or retrain you. That's what's going on, guys. They're coming out and they don't know none of this shit. So there you go with the college. They brainwashed everybody in thinking you got to have college. Guys, you got to really, really careful about falling in to these trends. Because these trends sometimes are very counterproductive. Very counterproductive. Just like the college movement, the LBGT movement. This is all a movement. You got to be really careful about it. So y'all think about what I've said, guys. When you set the bar low for people, you're only going to have low people. And that's what we've done in this society, these safe spaces, all this political correctness, all this whining and crying bullshit. We have really set the bar very low. And we're getting a bunch of low functioning individuals out of it. Now, see, back in the 50s and 60s, guys, the bar was set very high. You were told when you got out of high school, even if you graduated high school, you get your ass out there, you get a job, you get you a woman, you start you a family, and you freaking support them. You be a responsible adult. We're not teaching that anymore. And look what we got because we've got away from God. We told people they don't need a family anymore. And the country is oppressive. That's exactly what we're teaching people now. I'm gonna hop off here, guys. I got shit to do. Been on here longer than I needed to be. We'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good day and God bless.